Kid.
You know, I mean, for Blythe to have their first world champion ever is I'm sure very special for the city, and I feel very proud and humbled that Andrew Cancio can be the one. You know, it couldn't have happened to a better fighter. You know, he's a hard worker, as he's demonstrated in the past. You know, it's like he's now that example that the kids here are gonna want to look up to. You know, it's like, you know, after I believe it was JoJo retired a bit, and you know, he had to rethink of a few things, and then he comes back and then now wins a world title. It's incredible. It's very admirable. You have to look up to them.
A fighter like this, with this story, how special is how special is it as you as his promoter to be able to find a jewel like that and be able to give him the opportunity to fight for a world champion in his own backyard?
Yeah, I mean that's what it's all about. You know, it's giving the fighters the opportunity, and it's up to you to take it up in the ring, and that's exactly what he did. I mean, when he was down in the first round, obviously people thought it was over. Everybody thought it was over. And let me tell you one thing. I mean, it's not over till it's over, right? He demonstrated, you know, his heart. He demonstrated that he really wanted that world title, and so knocked him out in the next couple of rounds. So I think, you know, Andrew's the perfect example of what a true champion should be all about, and that's having heart and the desire to capture that opportunity inside the ring.
Final question for me is, at 130, Golden Boy has Andrew now. Andrew Cancio, Jojo Diaz, you have you still have Machado. So what does it mean for now, for Golden Boy and for the zone to have so many competitors, not only in that weight division, but another also?
Yeah, no, look, I mean, look, one thing about Golden Boy, okay, is that we're always willing to work with anybody, to fight anybody, to make those big fights happen. We're willing to do that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in what network or what digital platform. It just doesn't matter. Let's make these fights happen. I'll give you an example. With all this circus happening with Anthony Joshua and the Gypsy King and Wilder, you know, why not make those fights? You know, do a deal where, you know, hey, have one fight on the zone, and the next fight do it on ESPN. You know, if it's Joshua fighting the Gypsy King, you know, you can do that. Or, you know, there's ways to make fights happen. And I'll tell you one thing. I've worked with Bob Arum. I've worked with PBC and Al Heyman. You know, we've obviously worked with Eddie Hearn. It's a matter of sitting down and figuring it out, and putting those egos off to the side. You know, there's enough pie to go around for everybody. You know, most importantly, the fighters are the ones who are losing here, because when these big fights don't happen, you diminish your legacy. You know, people start thinking about you as a fighter who's ducking other fighters. You know, I'll tell you one thing: as a fighter, you don't want that reputation. You want the reputation of you fighting the very best. So this heavyweight division right now today, we have an opportunity to bring the heavyweight division back. Just make it happen.